In my neighborhood, we are celebrating Women's History Month in many different ways with many different people. I want to welcome my first guest today, and they are with the Eta Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Christy McCravey, who is the Eta Omega president, and Ronita Usher, here to tell us all about the Salute to Women Entrepreneurs and Emergent Leaders. And I just want to make sure that I have this right. This is the 2020 Salute to Women. We had a little problem last year called the pandemic that is still not making things easier. I guess that's, you didn't get a chance to do the 2020 last year, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic, we decided to hold off, and we wanted to represent the celebration during Women's History Month. So rightfully so, we waited until March of 2021.
Well, you know, it's really funny because if you have those women who, you know, you've already told them that you're going to celebrate them in 2020, everybody's excited, they've told their family, and then it's like, hold on, not so fast. So at least you all are celebrating them and doing it now in 2021. So explain how this all got started and why you all are doing this.
Mm-hmm. We started the Salute probably around 2010, and it came about as some of the members of our chapter, economic empowerment is one of our core values, and we wanted to salute those women who have exhibited great just stance and courage in starting their own businesses. So we wanted to begin the salute and celebrate women through this avenue. It has grown since that time. When we first started the Salute, it was a very small event, probably held in a community room at one of our buildings locally, and we provided some certificates. But it has grown, as you well know, and we are now partnering with Spalding University to celebrate those women who have made outstanding achievement in the community.
Well, you know, it's hard being a local business owner to begin with. Mm-hmm. Then you throw in being a woman, mm-hmm. local business, and then you throw in the pandemic as well. And I'm sure some people felt like throwing in the towel. Now, this is also with the Hortense B. Perry Foundation. Who is she?
Mm-hmm. Actually, Hortense B. Perry was a local philanthropist in the area, but when she passed away, she designated some funding to the Eta Omega, at that time, Foundation. And it is for establishing scholarships for young girls in the community. Every year at Derby time, we give away from $30,000 to $60,000 to high school seniors in the community. And Hortense B. Perry was one of the women that was responsible for that. So with her designation and her betrothal, I would say her investment, the foundation members decided to rename the foundation after her.
Well, that is something, mm-hmm. especially when you make a difference like that. I can remember myself going to college, then sending my kids. Every mm-hmm. little penny helps
exactly.
when you're paying that bill for college. So can you all announce who will be celebrated this year? I guess they know, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell us about who will be celebrated.
I'm going to start off with a special Shiro edition. So we decided to acknowledge those who worked diligently during the pandemic. They are from all types of professions. For instance, we have someone from Ford Motor Company that went out to different cities to help build ventilators and masks. Of course, we have healthcare workers, physicians, nurse practitioners, social workers. We have a registered dietitian. In addition, we have those from JCPS that had to think fast and work in a virtual setting. And lastly, we have those social justice folks that went out and pounded the pavement during a national pandemic, a global pandemic. And so our Salute Entrepreneurs and Emergent Leaders, our Lifetime Achievement Award, that's someone who has achieved great things during the course of her career, is Sadiqa Reynolds. We have a Spalding doctoral student, Janelle Ray. We also have Jarena Weathers, who works in the Department of the Kentucky State Government, and she is in one of the cabinets. We also have Dr. Brenda Osborne, who's a local pediatrician. She does philanthropy work overseas. We also have Ebony Edwards. She previously worked for LG&E as the supplier diversity, and she worked with the Girls and Boys Club, but now she is at Tesla working in supplier diversity.
So this is an event certainly celebrating and saluting women and those in our community that make a difference. Can anybody kind of join in and celebrate these women? How can you become a part of it, or is it just the Eta Omega chapter?
Absolutely. And so if you go to Eta Omega chapter page on Facebook, like the page, tomorrow, Tuesday, March the 23rd at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be on Facebook Live celebrating women during Women's History Month.
All right. There it is, the virtual award ceremony. It will be tomorrow, 6:30. Eta Omega, a.k.a. Eta Omega, on Facebook there. And you will be able to be part of this award. So many things have changed. I know that you all, even in the pandemic, you were still feeding people. You were helping charities, because I would call my mom and she would not be home. And I'd say, "Where are you?" And she said, we're feeding people. And I'd be like, "Get home." No, but all the needs in this world continued and even became greater doing all of this pandemic. If you look back on the last year, what would you focus on, or what do you think you all have learned?
Oh, wow. During this last year, I think the biggest thing that we learned is that need is always there. We had to pivot on how we delivered our services, so we were actually feeding people, but we also had to figure out how can we rally our troops and make sure that we're still doing our philanthropy. We couldn't necessarily go to some of the places that we normally go, like the Ronald McDonald houses and the Volunteers of America, and do our cleanups or feed the children and all of those kinds of things. So what we did was partner with those organizations and collected donations. We also did some things through the Amazon wish list. That has been a tremendous provider of a means of providing services to a lot of nonprofits locally. So with that, you can look up a charity that you're interested in, or one of your favorite nonprofits, and they actually may have a wish list on Amazon. And you can order things like we all do, like we all love to do, and those things will go directly to that nonprofit.
Yeah, that's the word of 2020 and 2021. It's pivoting, because you can't stop. People are still in need. Last question, and we are out of time. I've not heard anything about the big Derby brunch.
Okay, that brunch this year, still, being still in the pandemic, we won't have the brunch on Derby Day, but just wait. This year, we are going to have our brunch on August, I believe it's the 28th.
All right.
So it's going to be the non-Derby brunch, so to speak. But we are ready to get back to 2022, having our Derby with our hats. Those girls still need scholarships, so we still will provide those scholarships. And again, we're looking to do anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000 of scholarships in one day.
Yeah, it's so funny. Riverside, Farnsley, Mormon Landing, we always have a Derby brunch, and it'll be in December. So there you go. All right. Thank you all so very much. And again, everyone, remember that you can hop right on Facebook tomorrow, March 23rd, 6:30, and join their celebration. Christy, Ronita, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, we have got the American Red Cross. They, too, have had to pivot, but they have not stopped. And here in Kentucky, there is a lot of need, especially after the last flood. We'll talk to them coming up.
You're going to love